Today we're finally gonna put the beast to work and build a new, super productive computer factory. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory. Where last time, we pretty much explored the entire map looking for good spots for future train locations. However, while we're exploring, we found a drop pod that needed a quantum computer to open it. Which means that quantum computers could be in the next update. And also, the next update can come on an experimental build any week now, and I kinda wanna have my supercomputer project done by then. So, I'm kinda freaking out, and we really need to get rockin' and rollin'. So today, we're gonna put the beast to work, and we are going to make computers. Because we got an amazing alternate recipe that allows us to make computers in an assembler with the crystal oscillators. However, small problem, we still need circuit boards to go with the crystal oscillators. But currently, all the circuit boards we're making are being used for AI limiters. So we need to make more circuit boards. Thankfully though, we're covered on the rubber front with our new refinery we built. So the only thing we really need to collect, resource-wise, is a bit more copper for some more copper wire production. Because right now this stuff is already kind of busy, and we need more. But thankfully, due to our starting location, there are copper nodes all over the place that are completely unused, so it's going to be extremely easy to add it to our system. In fact, right next to this highway, look at that, a normal node right here. And this will be pretty much all the copper we need. So boop, bop, and pow. And we have the copper now. Oh, and if you're wondering what's going on with like the splitter and the merger, I just have two 120 lines to make 240 going out that way. And then an extra little break off here because we need only 240 copper for this project. But once we can get like minor Mark IIIs and things of that nature, we'll be able to siphon more ore off for another production line. So you know, everything's looking pretty good so far. We pretty much have the copper at base, we have all the resources we need, and we can just get to building. And with this project, it's gonna be a little bit different, because I want it to be a closed system. So with the rest of my factory here, I just make huge quantities of whatever I want, and then I just siphon off the quantity I want for each production line. So that way I can keep production centralized. But due to the space limitations here, this one's gonna be its own little thing, where we're gonna have all of the machines for the entire computer production line, all just in like one tower. And it's gonna be pretty much right in this little spot here. So it's gonna be like a tall apartment building, producing a ton of computers. It'll be a fun little thing. Just gotta get this coal out of the way. And also, let's see if we can get this rock out of the way. Because a couple episodes ago, we went into a spider cave and we blew up rocks that were not like the cracked rocks. Like I think like rocks this size? There's something similar. Yeah, you see that? Like it wasn't cracked, but we could destroy it. So can we destroy these rocks as well? And since it's a bigger rock, it probably would need more explosives, right? I don't know. Let's see. Okay, that's a tough cookie. I guess you're staying then. Huh. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I suppose we'll just continue the floor from here and go out this way? Yeah. Just leave a little bit of a space for the other big rock here. So if we just build this way, yeah, it looks like we're pretty much in the clear. Lose like a little bit, but I can cover that up, right? Can we put a wall there? Oh yeah. So it's a little weird, but it'll work. Okay though, with our shoebox done, we can start having some fun. So, big thing here is going to be the wires, of course. So, very simply, just gonna have the constructors and the smelters probably on the same floor, since this entire building is extremely narrow. And also, I didn't realize this, but we have a bit of a height limit as well, because we have the moth flying through our base right there, and I don't want him running into our computer factory. And of course we have to do the load balancing as well because I don't want the computer production to be stuttery. So this will be quite a challenge. Except of course with the smelters. It's not our first rodeo here, so this was pretty straightforward. Especially when we have like one line being split into 8. Even numbers, like come on. As long as we actually hook them up, they'll be working fine. But now when we get into the constructors, this is when things get a little bit spicy. Because we need 2 constructors for every smelter. Meaning we're gonna need 16 constructors. And you know, looking at this space now, I don't know if we're gonna fit them all in here. Might be a bit of a challenge. So I'm thinking of splitting the factory kind of in half. So we're gonna have our smelters here, and on top of them will be the constructors. Once all the wire's done, it'll come back down to here, and down here is where we'll start our assemblers and build them up as well. So it'll kind of be like 2 sections of one building kind of deal. So yeah, a little strange. Okay, so I did a little bit of planning here, and this is how it's gonna be. We're going to need 30 assemblers for both the circuit boards and the computers, along with the 8 furnaces here and the 16 constructors. And for splitting the building in half, this is how much space we have for the constructors, and we can go up quite a bit. So that's good. And then we need a bit of space in the middle here so we can divvy things out between all of the assembler floors to get things up and down and moving all around. And you know what? At first when I was starting this, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a nasty bit of work, but I think we're gonna be okay. And it's just gonna really come down to how many constructors we can fit per floor. Oh, and this is painful, but we can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we can't fit the 8th. Because if we could fit the 8th, then we could get them all onto 2 floors. But if I just shimmied these guys down, and we use that little space I left in reserve, we could have this work. So there we go, we just do a little bit of this. And now it's gonna be only 2 floors once I move everything down. I'll make the load balancing over here a pain in the butt, but then we could just build more floors up on this side to deal with all the load balancing there. So I went ahead and finished off the rest of the constructors here, and everything is very compact, very clean, and organized. And we're ready to move on to the circuit boards. So the entire purpose of this was to make 720 wire for 12 assemblers, which we're gonna stack up here, going to however high they need to be. Well, not as high as Mr. Moth there. But you know, in like Super Dreamland Amazing Land, we could fit 6 assemblers per floor, and then we'll just have 2 floors as assemblers, and oh my gosh. What a dream world we'd be living in, right? But of course, space is a little spook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and I'm not gonna be moving over to the other wire production either, so But then what if I flip this script? What if we did something like this? Could we get more in this space? Oh, but the load balancing as well. Yeah, this would never work out. Well then, I guess this is gonna be the play. We're gonna have 3 floors of 4 assemblers. And that way, we got all of our circuit boards dealt with. And then with the wire, we're going to need to make 2 even lanes into 3 even lanes to go into the 3 floors of assemblers. So with the wires, we're producing 360 per set of 8. So they come down on 450 lines. Then they split 3 ways evenly, and 2 lines combine into 1, add a couple mergers, and we copy that 2 more times. So now each of these 3 mergers will have exactly what we need for the assemblers, i.e. 240 wire per minute. So with the wire out of the way and ready to go, I just have to build a couple more floors and then organize it into all of the assemblers. So I've copied the assembler floors, brought all of the wire to where it needs to be, got the load balancing set up, And, whew, things have gotten pretty cozy in here. Pretty freaking cozy. But we're all good. All the wires dealt with now. And we only have one more problem to deal with. This quick save, man. Oh, there we go. But no, actually, it's the rubber. Because obviously a circuit board needs both wire and rubber. Luckily though, we already have rubber being produced. Unluckily though, the rubber is on the legit opposite end of the base. Way over there. And we have to bring it here. Which means we kind of have two options. Number one, we bring it all through our base here, just skirting along the top. Or number two, we make a conveyor bridge. And it could go through the middle of the base here, and that could look pretty cool. It'd be nice to fill out the empty space we have going on. But then there's that problem. This freaking moth flies directly through the middle of everything. So if we built a bridge, our moth buddy would just crash right into it and clip through, and it would look very unsatisfactory. But he is pretty high. Maybe we could sneak it through the middle. But also, that would be very difficult. Especially when we could just bring a bridge like over this way and just take a right here. And we have absolutely nothing in our way and not even any decorating to worry about. So obviously, we're just gonna do that. So testing time. If I just have the bridge coming directly off our oil refineries, will the moth just crash into it? Is he gonna dodge it? What's gonna happen? Oh, he clips through the space elevator. Ooh! It's perfect. It's perfect. We're good. And I don't really care that part of his wing clips through that either. No big deal. Good though. Well, that took no time to get the bridge done. But the bridge, oh my goodness, was only the first part of the project, of course. Load balancing the rubber into the circuit board area was a nightmare. Mainly because I have a ton of load balancing nonsense over at the refinery area. And for the circuit boards, we need 480 rubber per minute. So I couldn't just have a normal 450 line. So long story short here, I am pulling 360 rubber per minute on this line, 60 per minute on this line, and another 60 on this line. And this third line comes from our first refinery area, just so I could finish off the supply there. And now we have our 480. And then what I did with the three lines, I just merged them into two large storage containers. Had the two storage containers go into one, and then we need it split up between three different rows. So from the one storage container, it'll go into a three-way splitter. And just as I'm saying this, I'm realizing this is 480 rubber, not 450. So this won't work. Oh man. Sometimes I gotta say, I impressed myself. This is what we got. So, we had a 260 lines and a 360 line coming down here. But what I did was I consolidated the 360 line and a 60 line together onto one 450 belt. And that is split into three, going down this way. And then with the other 60 belt, I split that in three as well. And as all of the stuff is heading over this way, I just put some mergers on the lines, and look at that. Everything works out. Absolute genius. Didn't even have to do some like 20% load balancer nonsense. Just straight up logic and good design. And you know, I plan to do something along these lines for the Beast, for the first iteration of that machine. And look at that. I'm able to use the strategy here. And with the rubber dealt with, now we just need our crystal oscillators over there, and we can start making computers. So, since we're making about 68-ish crystal oscillators here, we need 2/3 of them over at the computer factory. So I just made this little tiny load balancer thing to do that. Because the oscillators will split three ways at this splitter, two of the ways will combine into one line, so that will means 2/3 will go down here, and then one line will just feed back into the bin for later use. So, away they go. Go oscillators. So the oscillators just come right down there, And then the circuit boards will be moving and grooving to these 3 belts here. Meaning, we could probably get everything along this one tile, load balance wise, and have our assemblers right in front here. And now, the hyper omega superest big dream of all dreams is that we'll be able to fit all 12 assemblers just straight in a line like this on top of the computer factory. All right, I think that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12! Oh, don't you love it when a plan comes together? Excellent. I didn't even plan this. This is all dumb luck. Oh my god, though, I actually just have the biggest smile on my face. I can't believe this worked out. Just by dumb luck, too. Unbelievable. And you know what? Since this is just so perfect, I'm not gonna put a roof on this. Instead, we'll have this like in the open air. So if we're going in our airport or flying around, we can always see our computers being manufactured. And that being said, I do want them to be centered then. So I'm just gonna shift them and shimmy them around a little bit. Oh my god, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful, man. I still cannot believe that the 12 just perfectly fit on top like that. I'm lost for words. That is like the most satisfying thing ever. But now the only thing left to do is just plug it in and see if everything works. So the load balancing for the crystal oscillators and the circuit boards, extremely easy. It's like one line into 12, it's just a bunch of splitters. Same dealio with the circuit boards. So it took like no time at all. Okay. But to get this thing started, I think the only thing we need to do is hook up the copper that we got right in the beginning of the episode, right over here. And that will cascade through all of the machines, and we win. We win the video game. If it all works, that is. But I'm sure it will, because I'm a genius. Okay, maybe I shouldn't really get ahead of myself here. There's a lot of steps going through and many opportunities for things to go wrong. Many different load balancers, many different things, many different stuff. Where's that going? Oh, I completely forgot how this thing worked. It's all going to the constructors over here. I never build factories like this where it's like split up. Usually everything's all on like one line or one row. No, it's coming up here. Going to constructors. Then we're gonna get ourselves a bunch of wire. Show me the wire. There we go. Wire's gonna go down over here. And from here, it's gonna go down into this load balancer thing, where it turns the 2 lines into 3. And then all 3 lines go into each of the 3 assembler chains, where we will make the circuit boards. Of course, it's gonna take a little bit to actually fill up the machines though. Okay though, we got some circuit boards, they're moving, and they're going up over this way, over here, out to there, and then up to the next step, where, yeah, they're just going into the computer manufacturers. Also, just added this little path on the left, because inside here is crazy busy and you can't walk through nothing. I just have a jump pad to get to here, and I guess we'll just fly the rest of the way. Let's go check out our assemblers. Let's watch some computers get made. Are any running? They should be running pretty quick, because they only need 2, right? Show me some green blinking lights. Or no, it's a green solid light, that's it. There we go, that's the one. You're the one. We're getting our computers. Beautiful. So 2.5 computers per minute times our 12 assemblers is 45 computers per minute once this thing's running at full speed. 45 per minute. That is 9 times faster than our last computer factory. Like seriously, once this thing is like fully fired up, our little computer toasters are just gonna be flying through flying through. Unbelievable speed. Okay, but super slight change here. I switched out all the belts, at least for the output, just to like the lowest tier. So all the computers can bunch up and I can smile as all the computers just like enter the bin together. Because yeah, with the Mark IV, they're just flying one at a time and I want to see them all group up like this. This is way better. Way better. Look at all those computers. Woo! This is great. You know, I enjoyed this project so much, guys. Just everything worked out. And the nice little cherry on top of having all the assemblers just fit on the roof like that. Like, dang. What a fun episode. Oh my god, then no! I was just about to end the episode. Tie this up in a neat bow. It was perfect. The 12 fit in. It's all set up. It's beautiful. Then I checked my math. And we need 18 computer assemblers. So we need to add on 6 more. Oh. Okay, you know what? No. We're not making an extra 6. We're not ruining this whole design. I'm just adding in power shards. So now, each assembler produces 3.75 computers per minute, and 3.75 times 12 equals 45, making up exactly for the extra 6 assemblers. So it's a bit of a waste to use a power shard in something that's not a miner or like an oil platform or whatever, but this is like the most exceptional scenario. And we have over 100 power shards right now, so it's like, whatever, man. If we desperately need them, we can rework this later on. But for today, I'm throwing that duct tape on the bow and calling it good. And with that, I think that is gonna be all for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And oh man, get ready for the next one. Because we'll be making a new machine that's even bigger than the beast. But again, that's gonna be all. So thanks for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye-bye.